Do I look like the Swan? Do I look like the Swan? Huh? No, not really. All right, everybody. Welcome to Swan Lounge. We have a great show today. We've got, forgive me, I'm going to mispronounce your last name, Nako, Mbelle. We've got Lamar Wilson with us. We've got Camilla Campton, and we've got Brady, and we might have Terrence Yang with us. Hopefully, he will be able to join us a little bit later. But before we start, you know the drill, folks. Time for a little Swan chill. Bitcoiners, pre-coiners, no coiners, new coiners, welcome to Swan Lounge, a weekly show in which you get to hang out with the Swan team and some of our friends from the amazing world of Bitcoin. All right, before we dive in, we're doing something that I think is incredibly special. We are giving away Jan Pritzker's book, Inventing Bitcoin, for free. You can get that book by going to swanbitcoin.com/free. Yes, I'm not procrastinating. I am trying to find the link. There it is, swanbitcoin.com/free book. Go get the book. It's free. We've got it in audiobook, ebook, Kindle format, PDF. You can give it to your friends and family. What are you waiting for? Actually, wait. Do it after the show. Don't do it right now. But go get the free book, swanbitcoin.com/free book. Now, to all the Swan Force members out there, we have set up a way for you to give away the book so you can help recruit new Bitcoiners. Look in your referral dashboard and you will find a link that you can send to all your folks at home, your friends, your family, everybody. You'll get the credit for referring them to Swan if they ever decide to sign up, and they get the free book. Win-win. Perfect. And if you're not signed up for Swan Force, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Go sign up for Swan Bitcoin, Swan Force, swanbitcoin.com/enlist. You can get paid to recruit new Bitcoiners. You'll earn 25% of Swan's fees for 3 years, and your referral will get $10 of free Bitcoin when they sign up and become a Swan member, which means they start saving $50 a week of Bitcoin or more, and they prepay their fees. Also, make sure to watch to the end of the episode. I promise this time we are actually going to do it. We're going to do Swan Force Fridays. We are going to put our guests on the spot and give them 60 seconds to do their best Bitcoin pitch. Finally, we know that automatic recurring buys are the best and safest way to accumulate Bitcoin. I do it every single day. I don't know if it happened earlier today, it might be happening later today, but it doesn't matter. Every single day I stack sats because I'm on the daily plan. It's amazing. But every now and then, especially like days like yesterday and days like today, you might just want to smash buy, which is why Swan has instant buys. So log in, click buy instantly. You can smash buy as much as you want. We might even do it on the show today. Heck, I might even do it right now. No, I'm not going to do it right now, but maybe in a little bit. All right, now, before I bring in our guests, one last thing. You know what I'm going to say. Come on, folks. You're watching the show. You're regulars. You know what I'm going to say. I'm going to say smash that like button and hit subscribe. Now, you might be asking yourself, but Brecky, I don't want to do that. Why do I want to smash the like button? That's kind of a pain in the butt. Well, first of all, it's not a pain in the butt. It takes one click, click, like, easy, done. Then you hit subscribe. You get notified whenever we have our shows. You love our shows. They're great shows. And then it also helps us. It helps us spread the good word about Bitcoin and get seen on YouTube. And if you're watching this show, you probably already love Bitcoin. You believe in Bitcoin. You understand that Bitcoin is going to change the world and make it a better place. So help us do that. All right. I've been talking for way too long. I'm tired. I need a breather. So I'm going to bring our guests in. Without any further ado, it's time for Swan Lounge. Whew. How's everybody?
What is up?
Love the energy.
Yes.
I gotta dial it back a little bit.
Brecky is out here hype. I love it.
Nako, did I pronounce your last name correctly?
You did. Oh my God. That was awesome.
Very excited by that. That was probably my biggest fear. So we're calling this a Clubhouse Takeover because guests and hopefully our third guest. Come on, Terrence, if you can get your shit together. Just kidding, Terrence. We love you. We all met on Clubhouse for the most part, which is this new crazy app that we've been spending way too much time on. We've been in these rooms talking about Bitcoin and listening to others and debating people about Bitcoin and connecting with people, and it's really incredible. So we'll talk a bit more about that later. But first, I wanted to really introduce our guests and give them a chance to tell us a little bit about themselves. I'm going to embarrass Nako right now. I found this on, I think, her website. Fun facts about Nako: she is a glamper, a flamenco aficionado, a minimalist, a crypto enthusiast. We'll change that to Bitcoin enthusiast later. A foodie and a nomad at heart. So Nako, tell us about flamenco. Tell us about minimalism. Tell us about yourself and what you're up to, and anything else that I haven't covered.
Oh wow! Oh my God, that's so cool that you read that off. Okay, so minimalism is hard for me. I'm not a natural minimalist. I'm somebody who really tries hard to practice minimalism. But Bitcoin, I think Bitcoiners are actually minimalists just by nature. It really forces you to look at your spending habits, look at what you're buying, what you value pretty much, right? So it's actually a really good, it complements minimalism, I think, very well. Flamenco, I'm just obsessed. Music, the dance. I did flamenco dancing when I was a kid, like much younger. And yeah, I like to dance. And flamenco is one of the art forms that I really love and I really enjoy. Glamping. So I love to camp, but I'm one of those chicks that I bring the pillows, I bring the inflatable mattress with fluffy blankets. I really try and make it comfortable, but I love the outdoors. So that's where the glamorous camping, glamping, get it? Da 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 da.
I'm right there with you on the glamping.
So say again,
That's the way we do it too. I'm right there with you on the glamping. That's the way we do it too with the family. We go to Colorado. We do 2 queen size air mattresses, a bunch of pillows, blankets. We do electric blankets on top. And then, you get to just like sit outside, enjoy the outdoors. And then you go in and just like, nothing's uncomfortable. Everything's delicious. It's the only way to do it. I used to rough it back in the day, but I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
It's worth it if you're a camper. Like there's something to be said for like backpacking and like minimalism and camping too. That's a whole different thing. You hike in the mountains, whatever. But nowadays, like I've got this Bell tent that I need to break it out and go glamping again. I even bring like fairy lights, so at night it like looks all pretty and stuff. And you bring a little carpet, and it's you bring home to the outdoors. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's so bougie, Brecky.
They don't call me Bougie Brecky for no reason. Actually, they don't call me Bougie Brecky at all. If Greg's not watching us, I think a new meme has been born, and I regret it instantly.
Greg, if you're in the chat, where I want the Bougie Brecky meme.
We've got Terrence. He heard me calling him out, and now he's here. Maybe.
Yay, Terrence.
Or is it stuck on his zoomed in face? That's all right.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa.
There he is. T-Yang.
What's up?
Oh, he can't hear us. Oh, no. Well, Terrence is the man. Hopefully he'll be back and he'll join us. So wait, Nako, before we move on, what's your Bitcoin story? How did you get into Bitcoin? Why do you love Bitcoin? Maybe you don't. I don't know. But,
Yeah, I do. I do love it. Okay, so total fluke. I fell into it because I had a client, because I'm a fintech recruiter. So I actually had a client in 2016. I actually remember it was around the time, what's his name? Mike Hearn rage quit. Do you guys remember that? So it was a little after that.
Wait, can you tell everyone about that? Because Camilla's new. I don't think you know about this. And maybe some of our viewers don't know either.
So Mike Hearn was a core developer. So this was a huge deal at the time. He was a core developer who had issues with how Bitcoin was being developed, and he decided to quit. And he wrote a blog, an infamous blog, that pretty much said, I don't think Bitcoin's going to work. This is why. He spelled out exactly why he didn't believe it would work, and he pretty much quit. And his departure was so what's the word? It was impactful that it affected the price. Like the price literally fell because of this dude. He was that important, and it sparked a lot of discussion in the community. Like, are we on the right path? Are we doing the right thing? Obviously, the maximalists, are the maximalists, and they were like, good, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out, right? But for people like me who were, just hearing about Bitcoin, and I was like, wow, what's going on? Like, who is this person? Anyways, client comes to me and says, will you accept Bitcoin? And I'm like, I don't know. I've heard crazy things about it. Isn't that what drug dealers use? And so I was still very confused, but I'm the kind of recruiter that likes going the extra mile. And so I thought, okay, I'll accept it if I can convert it to money, like as long as I can convert to US dollars. Of course, I regret it, but everyone's got that regret story, and that was mine. And that's how I got into it. I decided to take it. I accepted it, learned how to set up my wallet. Another story, I actually signed up with Quadriga, famous exchange in Canada that, went under. But anyways, doesn't matter. That's neither here nor there. A lot of other stories in Bitcoin that are adventurous, but I didn't have any money on Quadriga, thank God, when it went under. But that was the exchange that I used, and they had great customer service. That's the worst part. When they went under, I was like, God damn, and they had really great customer service, But anyways, so to make a long story short, that's how I got into Bitcoin.
Love it.
Wow.
All right.
Cool.
Another OG. You've been around for a long time.
Terrence is trying again. Let's see if it works.
I'm having problems hearing.
We can hear you though.
We can hear you though. It's progress.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Terrence, you get an A for effort. We're going to call you Tenacious Terrence because you didn't give up.
I can dig it.
Sorry.
Wait, Brady, what's going on here? There's something in the chat I'm supposed to do. What am I going to get to soon? What is this?
No, the Bitcoin TV fans are wondering when the new content's going to drop.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm truly sorry. I'm dedicating a day this weekend. I'm going to get new content up on Bitcoin TV. I promise. Hold me to it.
Dude, we have like a 70-hour loop going, and we have people that have watched it like 15 times at this point.
That's dedication.
It is.
Sound like the old Sports Center.
Exactly. And that's where we're starting. This is like way back Sports Center. Eventually, it's gonna be like the big network. It's gonna be 24/7 Bitcoin TV with all kinds of like original programming and content. We're gonna do like 30 for 30s and everything.
It's the beginning.
That's the vision.
So if
we gotta get Lamar's story now.
We do. Hold on. Let me just put the Bitcoin TV link up real quick. If you don't know what we're talking about, you can visit bitcointv.network. You can wait until next week. There'll be new content. I promise. But now we're gonna go to Lamar. Lamar, another gentleman we met on Clubhouse, who's been in the space for a long time. He is the founder of sunjoined.com, which is that cool logo that's on his hat right there. So Lamar, tell us a little bit about what you do, your Bitcoin story, why you think Bitcoin's important, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, right now I am the founder of SunJoin, which is a network for hemp farmers, producers, manufacturers, and distributors. We're basically creating verticals and making sure that we control verticals within the hemp industry. I'm a software developer by trade. I am a finance guy by education, and I got into Bitcoin. I went to go pitch an app out in Silicon Valley, and I talked to an investor, and our app was like this failed gaming platform we were building. We were building like Chuck E. Cheese online. Sounds like it's a good idea until none of the developers wanted to use it. But we had tokens, and so one of the VCs said, "Have you guys ever heard? I see you have tokens. Have you ever heard of Bitcoin?" And I thought he said Bitcoin. And I'm like, man, Bitcoin, what the heck is he talking about? So we leave the meeting. My business partner's like, I think he said Bitcoin. So he looks it up. I see the website, but I kind of like, man, this ain't doing nothing with what we're trying to do. We about to put Chuck E. Cheese online, Playboy. So we not fooling with this. So then the price of Bitcoin skyrockets to like $266. I think it was an article or something. It was some price. And all I remember is seeing the price, and I was like, man, let me go back and look at this Bitcoin thing. So I go and look at the Bitcoin and think about skyrocketing to $200. It's funny. But I go back and look at the Bitcoin white paper. And me being a finance guy and a developer, like the first thing I did was I saw freedom, like real talk. And that's more important than both of those things is freedom to me. And I saw that freedom and it like blew me away. I was like, are you telling me that I can control my own money? I can write my own applications to make my own money do what I wanted to do and nobody can stop me? Are you telling me that the banks can't tell me I can't do it? You know what I'm saying? That to me was when I got into Bitcoin. And at that time, there wasn't a lot out. With me being a software developer, I remember staying up that entire night, learning it was as much as I could that night. But I called my business partner in the morning. And I was like, look, man, I have not slept all night. He said, what's going on? I said, I literally have been up all night long trying to figure out what Bitcoin is all about. And I think I want to make a wallet. And he was like, all right, bro, I'll keep running our business and you go do what you got to do. So, and then he told me at the same time he had a dream about Bitcoin. So it was weird. It was like some weird stuff. So I went down the rabbit hole of learning about cryptography and all of that. And I built a wallet. And at the time when I was building the wallet, Apple was very, shall I say, what's the word? They didn't like Bitcoin wallets. So they banned all Bitcoin. They banned all Bitcoin wallets from the Apple, the iOS store while we were building the wallet. But you know, understanding like as I sit out here in Douglas Park, understanding how to hood rig stuff, right? I figured out a way to get around what was going on with Apple, and we basically created a co-op and then used the co-op to then pass to anybody who was a member of the co-op could then get a license for our application. And so we did that. And so while everybody was like trying to figure out what was going on, people were shooting their phones back then. It was crazy. Like they were shooting their iPhones because they were like, screw Apple, da 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 da. In the same breath, we were the only people in the world you could get an iOS wallet through. And so that's how we met everybody, like Andreas, Adam B. Levine, like, I mean, everybody, Jimmy Song. We met everybody because at that time we were the only ones. And here you got these two dudes from the West End of Lexington, Kentucky, you know what I'm saying, out here at Douglas Park area that had built this thing that the whole world had to wake up and see. So that's how I got into Bitcoin. And then, you know, back then it was just hard to buy and sell Bitcoin everywhere. Mt. Gox was around, but so we used to buy and sell at like
wait, what's
Starbucks.
The Mt. Gox face you just did?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the real Mt. Gox. But I mean, at the time you didn't know any better, right? Like you was just trying to get it. And so then when we found local Bitcoins and we go on local Bitcoins, hey, that was some stuff. Cause I'm a big guy. I'm like 6'4". At the time I was probably like 315. So I'm like sitting in the corner of a Starbucks and dudes are coming in to buy Bitcoin from me and they dropping the money on the floor. And I'm like, come on, bro. Like, it's not that serious. We are in Starbucks. Like, you think I'm gonna rob you in Starbucks? Like, what is like go get you a white chocolate mocha and sit down somewhere, man. Like, it's gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, but that's how it was back then. And truthfully, I like that way better than where we are now with all of this KYC and all of this extra stuff added on top to control us. Because truthfully, that's what I saw. Like we see the freedom, we know we can use it. We were already sending money around, and now all of a sudden you're trying to take more freedoms away from us in the land of the free. It's the most ridiculous thing to me, man. So that's how I got into Bitcoin, and that's why I'm still rolling with Bitcoin. And we were probably one of the first applications at the time you could actually buy gift cards in the wallet. So like if you were at Walmart, you could go in, get the gift card, and turn the wallet around. I mean, not Walmart, but like Whole Foods. Turn the wallet around and get food from Whole Foods at the time. Got the listen. You and Brecky, you into media. We got the coldest Bitcoin commercial ever. I'm telling you, go look up Feeva, P-A-T-E-V-A, and gift, man. But yeah, that's my Bitcoin story, man.
Wait, Lamar, can you type that into the chat here? Maybe we'll be able to show it on the show. If you
you gotta pull that up.
It's on YouTube. It's P-H-E-E-V-A plus G-Y-F-T.
Feeva gift. Feeva plus
Feeva and gift. Yeah. Feeva plus gift.
All right, 1 second. We're
gonna pull that up for sure.
I think it has almost like 38,000 views or something like that now.
Man.
So we did that deal with Vinny Lingham, and a lot of people know him from like Civic now.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, we've been around for a while, man. Like I was part of the Boost VC, so that really connected everything. Tim Draper wound up being like when you're in Boost, they give you a mentor. right? And the mentor picks you, and Tim wound up picking us. So that was a big thing, man.
Cool.
Shout out to Tim Draper, the coldest investor in the world, man, because you gave me my first shot. Shout out to you, bro.
Yeah, and he bought all of the Silk Road coins too, right?
Oh
Yeah,
he believed in it way back then. He wasn't playing around.
It's an interesting time, right? You know, like Lamar, I agree with you that, and I also get the irony of saying this while working for Swan, that like KYC is not a good thing, and you know at Swan we do it because we have to, along with a lot of these places. But I do hope that people will start to realize the burden that KYC places on us, on society, on everyone, and that it's really not like the cost of KYC is not in line with supposed benefit of KYC at all.
Right.
So,
right.
If anyone is interested in non-KYC Bitcoin, check out bisc.io. Quick little chill. It is not for newbies,
and
but
hodl too.
Hodl if you're in Europe, yeah.
And Shapeshift, right? Shapeshift went back to DeFi, right? I mean to decent. I said DeFi. Went back to a DX,
Off the show.
decentralized exchange.
No DeFi. No.
Yeah, no DeFi. Look. It's the Mount Gox face for DeFi too.
What about for Civic?
For Civic, hey man. Yeah, look, we can't go too far into it because real talk, like I'm gonna tell y'all what I am. I'm a freedom guy. So what all of this does is allow you to decide with your dollars what you're going to what chain you're gonna work with. And it doesn't matter to me, right? I choose mostly Bitcoin. I actually finally sold the Doge that I had for a long time. I always used to keep it because it was funny to talk about, but I finally just sold it because I'm like, I don't want any of these new people thinking that they should go buy Doge. So now I'm gonna tell them, listen, I sold my Doge. Okay, I got rid of it for the cause. Oh yeah, there it goes. You got the commercial, man. Yeah, show that thing. You can show
We're
it.
We're ready. The best way to do it. There we go. All right, let me do a little full screen action on this mini view. Okay.
Shout out to Jeff Hoagland.
Oh wait, hold on.
Audio though?
I do. I gotta X out of the stream. Give me a second. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, no. Almost. I promise. We're almost there. Okay.
Because I remember last time we tried to screen share, the audio wasn't. But you got that figured out now, huh?
I think so.
Bitcoin crashed last Sunday. It doesn't make any sense. He's some computer programming code robot guy nobody's ever heard of. If it was money, we would call Bitcoin money. They don't call it money. You can't buy anything with Bitcoin, pizza, and drugs. Until road shut down, so you can't buy drugs. When are you ever going to be able to buy anything with Bitcoin?
You want to help with these?
How did you throw me?
That was amazing.
The best ever, man. The best ever. I'm trying to tell you.
What year was that?
That's
That
good.
was 2015, 14. What was that? 14?
Wow.
Hold on, let me look.
Bitcoin crashed.
2014, July. Yeah.
Yeah, 14. Yep, 14. Yep.
Great.
That's funny, man.
That's actually a great format for a commercial. I might borrow the format. We got to make more.
Do what you do, man. Yeah, because I mean, we had a bunch of different ideas, but what happened was, I mean, again, we two black dudes from the west side of Lexington, and at the time, wallets weren't making any money, so we had to figure out how we was gonna stay in the field and build a business that actually could potentially make money, right? So that's why we shifted over to what we were doing with trade finance. Every time somebody chats, it always takes over my whole screen. That's why I was like, "What's going on?"
Let
me see something.
There's a guy on Clubhouse who, Brady, we got to get him. I'm gonna get him on the show too. But I want him to do an actual commercial. Every time I'm in a room with him, I always ask him to do this. He's got like his name's Dante, and he's like a cigar smoker. He's like a cigar and crypto aficionado.
Oh yeah.
His voice is like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. So he'll do like Dante, can you do a Bitcoin commercial in the style of a cigar commercial? And he's like, yeah, I got you. And then he like can't go that low. And it's just like unbelievable.
Every time
Have you heard?
Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead. No,
No,
I was
I
gonna
was
say, have
gonna
you
say-
heard Rick Party?
No, what is this?
Go ahead, Camilla.
No, I was gonna say every time Dante speaks, the room just stays quiet. They're just like listening.
It's like
He makes my chest hurt. Like you feel it in your chest. You know what I'm saying? You feel it in your chest. Oh, I forgot to say something too, Brecky and Brady. And I also am the founder of Black Bitcoin Billionaires on Clubhouse, which is the biggest Bitcoin centric group right now. We got over 10. We almost got 11,000 members. Like the other Bitcoin group, they only have like 100 members or something. We almost got 11,000 members. All right. And we got about, I think it's almost 18,000 if you count our followers. So yeah, man, we pretty big.
That's
Pretty
awesome,
big.
and you guys are doing it right too. I listen. I'm in that channel a lot, just listening and hanging out, and you guys are giving out the right information. And I mean, I think you're making a big difference. All kinds. I mean,
yeah.
The education this time around. Like, talk about this for a second. Both of you can talk about this. The education, the difference in the education we have now versus what we had in 2017 bull run when things were going crazy. Like, massive difference.
I was doing it then too. And then we was trying to get people. I literally used to break down every ICO. You know what I'm saying? Like people would bring me this. They'll bring me some. Oh, they're going to be mining asteroids on the moon, and they have a token for it. And they would bring it to me, and I would like literally just break it down because I'm like, "What are you talking about? Like this doesn't work." And then they would ask me, "What about BitConnect? Should I get into BitConnect?" I'm like,
yeah.
No.
Hey!
BitConnect! We haven't had a BitConnect on the show. That was good.
Hey, look, man, you can't say 3 Hays with a big black guy, man. I get kind of sensitive.
Oh, that's
you can't get 3 Hays.
Hey,
hey,
sorry about that.
Yeah. See, we're aging.
Genuine apology.
Do people even know the reference? Depending on your age, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think they know the reference.
That was a Carlos Matos impression, not a Fat Albert impression.
There you go, Becky. Okay. We're old. God, we're old guys.
Yeah, I feel that.
We got Bernard in the chat. Shout out to Bernard. Love Bernard. We should do a quick little overview of what Clubhouse is. We've been talking about it. We jumped the gun a little bit. So Clubhouse, for those who don't know, is an app that I just found out about 2 weeks ago, and the way I'm describing it, or one of the ways, is it's almost like interactive podcasting in some ways. And, you can have, quote unquote, a room that has a topic like Bitcoin, and, some people will be talking and they can bring people up on stage to ask questions. It could just be a room full of people, everyone talking at once and shouting, and that's also fun in its own way. But I think it's what we really needed in this kind of crazy world we're in right now, where people aren't connecting well with each other. I didn't realize how much I missed conversations. So it's really something awesome. And we actually, if you're interested in getting an invite, it's for iPhone only for now. Hopefully they expand it. But if you're a Bitcoiner or interested in Bitcoin, you can join this Telegram group, t.me/Bitcoin Clubhouse, and request an invite from all the other people in there who have extra invites. I'll put that up there. Does anybody else want to jump in and kind of give their interpretation of what Clubhouse is? Because it's hard to I can't describe it perfectly.
Man, I just call it talk radio for the internet age. That's what I call it.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find people are more authentic. I don't know what it is, but people just seem more real. They just seem to. It's like therapy almost. Like people really reveal parts of themselves that I don't think you see on Twitter or any other social media platform. So I love it. I like it more than I thought I would, because I had heard about it. It was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
And then when I got on, I was like, oh, this is what people are talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I just look at it as being like Discord. Because we used to do that on Disc. Like, if you're a nerd, you kind of get a Discord channel and go to the, and you do the voice chat rooms, and that's exactly what we used to do. Like, and matter of fact, the Coin the group we have on Facebook, we do the same thing. So I just think they've done it in a more elegant way, like being 100%. Able to set the rooms up like they do, and actually centered it around that, right? And only voice. I think that actually has changed a lot of it, man. So yeah, it's really cool to me. It is. It's like a perpetual conference. It's like you just go in and out of rooms.
It's like the hallway at a Bitcoin conference where the real talk actually happens.
Right.
And it's so much kinder. It's so much more polite. Like, Bitcoin Twitter can get pretty toxic, but everybody's so nice in Clubhouse, and I like that vibe.
Well, I'm not always nice, but you are right.
And, nicer than
nicer. Yes, nicer.
Someone in the chat wrote that it's a return to tribalism, and it's so true, right? Like, you look for your little tribe, and
it's true. But
my favorite rooms are the small ones. I like the small rooms. Like, if I can go into, it's funny because people follow me into them, and some of them are really crazy. But I like the small rooms, man. I like when it's like 6 people in there, and you wind up talking to somebody who does city planning for LA, and you're like, man, I'm just gonna sit back and listen to her talk about like how she changed the Inglewood in LA for the stadiums, right? It's like cool stuff, man. Really cool stuff. Like, I wouldn't have got that anywhere else.
Am I bad? I have Clubhouse in one ear with my AirPod, and in the other ear, my old school earbuds in it. LOL. Nah, you can watch Clubhouse. I think you're the MVP right now. I want to real quick
how does your brain do that? How do you do that?
I've been trying to do both. So Corey at Swan was like, yo, Clubhouse is awesome. We can teach so many people about Bitcoin on there. Literally said this to everyone at Swan. It's like, you have full permission to just go to Clubhouse all day. Forget the rest of your work. And I'm like, I can't forget the rest of my work. So I'm trying to balance both. And it's not working very well. And it's...
I don't think he meant that.
Okay, all right. Back just a little bit.
One of the hacks I had to do was actually get 2 phones. So I found this very old phone so I could actually listen, and because I need this phone in order to work. So I'm just in the audience, same picture and everything, just listening as much as I can.
Why am I hearing Clubhouse in the back of your TikTok videos? Okay.
You know what's so crazy? I went and bought an iPod. And you know how big my hands are? So I got this baby iPod, and I'm like on Clubhouse doing this, like typing that's crazy, man. I had to go, because I use a Pixel for my phone. So I had to go get a iPod just to get on there, but I saw the potential of it immediately. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I got to be on there because there's no better way. And right now, Clubhouse is probably 65 to 70% black. Like, it's probably the first social media platform.
What's up with that? Seriously, what's up with that?
It's the way it grew, right? It really came from, like, my friend, she's been on, like, if you look at her profile, she don't even have anyone that invited her. Like, she didn't come from somebody. That's how early she was. So she told me what happened, right? She was like, at first it was the VCs, and they were on there, and it was kind of like echo chamber, and all these VCs were talking back and forth, and having a good time, and talking about new waves and all of that. And they kind of got bored. And then somebody invited 2 tastemakers from Atlanta, like basically the culture, right? And so they brought people from these 2 tastemakers from Atlanta. And when those 2 tastemakers came in, they brought everybody else. And slowly but surely, you started seeing this. What's going on? You started seeing all of these other people, like these artists from Atlanta, start joining in. And of course, when you have artists that join in and they start posting on Twitter saying that this is happening, then all of these other people want to join. And what happens is it's like a high school cafeteria, right? It's like the network in a high school cafeteria is like a black side and a white side. I don't care where you at. It's like, that's literally how it goes, right? And so when the black people started to come, that in their network, they had a lot of other black people, and that wind up being like, if you can see it, like Clubhouse is like the first time I've ever seen a social media platform, you know what I'm saying, start with a lot of black people. Because like Twitter now, like Black Twitter is a thing because black people actually over-index on a lot of social media. But Clubhouse is the first one that kind of was like, because of the way the network worked and the VCs, VCs don't have big networks for real. People want to know them, but they don't really have people they actually connect with. You know what I'm saying? When you start talking about tastemakers and people that go to parties and DJs and all of that, those are real networks. And so when they started growing, and you, like I said, it's like a high school cafeteria, then that's why you got this huge influx of black people. And I think what's happening is now the black people are here, and there's literally two sides of Clubhouse. They're literally like, I found the other side of the cafeteria, and it was comedy.
It was what?
Like, I found it and it was comedy. It was different. Like I for some reason, it was just like, I saw Brayton, who is one of the founders of Boost VC. So I clicked on him. He was in a room and it was 1,000 people and I didn't even know it existed. And I'm like, what in the world's going on? And the first thing I hear in there is the guy, what's his name? Naval from Angel List talking, is it Angel List? Talking about the people on the black side. Like, he was like, man, I just saw a room that was like, what did he say? What white men do to get rich or something like that. Yeah, and then the whole room started laughing. And I was like, bro, I'm like stuck on the other side of the cafeteria. Like, it's wild.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned this because there are a lot of black Brits, I noticed. Do you know?
Lot.
Yeah, a lot of black British and Nigerians.
A lot of Africans, yep.
Yeah.
Ghanaians, Nigerians, yes, it's a lot.
We got the founder in the chat, Bernard Para. He's the founder of BitNob, which is basically the Swan of Nigeria. I'm dropping a Citizen
up?
Bitcoin podcast with him today.
It's
dropping today.
Bernard.
Yeah, I've been corrected on that. Evidently, Swan is the BitNob of the US.
It's the other way around.
That's
true.
What's going on, Corey? I never
Good to
knew.
see you, man.
Man, you don't have your hair out like on your picture, bro. Him.
Oh, the wild mane. I mean,
yeah, man.
It can make a cameo. I'm not saying it's not there.
Look, I
Shake
got the baby pro too.
Yeah. This basically immediately gets memed and says, "Here come Corey," which will now show up on Twitter if Greg is in the chat right now.
Here come Corey.
Here come Corey.
Here come Corey.
Yeah, basically. But no, it's good to see you guys, and I've been enjoying this chat, just catching up on some work. But I had to join and say hi for a little bit, and just welcome you both to. Well, Nako's been on before, but welcome you, Mar, to Swan Lounge. We do this every Friday. It brought me a lot of joy to see you guys just cracking the F up. I took a screenshot, put it out from the handle, and I was like, if there were awards for like most fun on a Bitcoin podcast, I mean, we're nominated at least.
Y'all gonna be up there, man.
Yeah, I mean, some of Matt and Marty's like drunker episodes probably win like episode of the year in that category, but I think overall this is a fun hang.
Wait, while we're talking about winning awards, for everybody who's watching, do us a favor. I'm trying to find the website. We are up for an award. Corey, can you tell everyone about this award? Find the link.
That's real.
Bring it up. The link. Yeah, sure. So Product Hunt has been a great way to discover cool new tech products for many years now. It actually got purchased by AngelList not too long ago, maybe 2 years ago. Anyway, we won, I think it was Product of the Week. Was it week or month? I think it was Product of the Week. It was just day? Okay, so we won Product of the Day back in March or April, around when we launched. And we got nominated for Best Crypto Product of the Year. So I guess there were, so there were 10 products up. Only 2 are Bitcoin. So if you don't vote for us, at least vote for our boy Alex Svetsky and Amber out of Australia, which is, we're basically like the Amber of the US. So vote for us or them and make it happen. But yeah, it's called the Golden Kitty Awards, and the voting is over tonight. So get over there. Probably seen Max and Stacy tweeting out about it, and all the Telegram groups trying to marshal some votes for us. But we want that award. I hope it looks like a golden kitty. I don't know.
It does. I think how it works is Product Hunt always awards product of the day. I don't think they do week and month. I think they do today. But then the top 10 products in each category get nominated for the Golden Kitty. So that means Swan was in the top 10 of all crypto projects for the year in terms of vote count. So yeah, I think that's how it works.
Gangster. Yeah, that's gangster, man.
I've got an image here of what it's going to look like when we win, because everyone's going to go vote for us, right, everyone? So hold on a second.
Hold on. Here's the question, though. Here's the question: is a woman the CEO of the other company?
Alex is not the most female or feminine person that I've ever met.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say.
Hey, because if it was a woman CEO, I'm biased, man. That's how I pick my that's how I pick my politicians. Real talk.
There you go.
There we go.
What does it say, Brecky?
What kind of accent does he have? He has an Aussie accent. I'd like
whatever, dude. Just try out a new one.
And all the Swan Bitcoiners out there, and of course my parents who believed in me, even when I was an ugly duckling. Terrible accent.
That was like half Western, half Aussie. What the heck?
Yeah, I don't know what that was, Brecky.
Australian is not an easy accent for me. It
was very steampunk.
Started out great, man. Started out great.
I mean, we're now creating like fictional historical worlds now. I don't know if y'all been watching Bridgerton or whatever it's called on Netflix, but like if you're gonna talk, I like it a lot because if you're gonna do a show about something from the 1800s or whatever, and it's fictional anyway, then why does it have to be all white people?
Right.
Like it's made up anyway. So let's just
I think Hamilton,
go yard with this thing.
Hamilton started the trend, right? Probably.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, there's been some great stuff. Like Jingle Jangle this year was one of our favorites over the holidays. That was like the Christmas movie of the year this year. That was a lot of fun. We watched that like 3 or 4 times. Our kids love it. They know all the words to the music and stuff. It was a Netflix original. You got to check it out. It's really fun.
That's crazy. That's a little known fact about me. I love musicals. Because as a kid, when we had to stay at home, HBO and Cinemax had like Singing in the Rain on. And so I used to like watch that all the freaking time. Like real talk, man. Like Fred Astaire and them cats, those are my people.
Yeah, my son in particular loves musicals. And he's all about it, man. His first one when he was 3 years old was The Greatest Showman, and he would like put on a top hat and like have a cane and dance around and do all the it was crazy. He knew the choreography.
First
musical. My gosh.
I thought that movie came out like a year ago, didn't it?
A couple years.
I'm just getting old, man. I'm getting old. All right.
Here's my question. I got a question for the lounge. What Bitcoin movie or what reference in a Bitcoin movie did you like the most? Like, what movie had the best Bitcoin reference in it?
It's a great question.
Wow.
Corey said it. I think he wasn't answering the question, but The Lord of the Rings, it's not really a Bitcoin question, but as a maximalist, one ring to rule them all kind of resonates with me.
Yeah.
I will say also Silicon Valley had some good references in there.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm blanking on the Damian Lewis show. Axe. What's it called? Okay, never mind. Anyway,
Dope. I like the reference in Dope. Have you ever seen the movie Dope?
Oh yes, I liked Dope. That was so underrated, that movie.
And then
Bobby
Superfly.
Axelrod.
Have y'all seen the new Superfly?
No,
you gotta watch the new Superfly.
I haven't seen it yet. Oh yeah, Billions has Bitcoin in it. That's right.
There you go.
Yeah, Billions.
Yeah.
Axelrod. But yeah, so to flip that a little bit, like which movies that never mention Bitcoin at all, like feel the most relevant to Bitcoin? Obviously the Matrix always comes up, but anything else beyond the Matrix that's just like, well, that shit's about Bitcoin.
The Big Short.
No, but Lord of the Rings. Actually,
Lord of the Rings, man.
What is it? What's the Desolation of Smaug? Is that the Hobbit?
Yeah. One of them.
So look, it used to be my theory. I used to say, if we don't get out and start giving people some of the gold in the mountain, because we're the dwarfs, the people that held the Bitcoin, then people would probably start using other ones. And guess what happened? You got all of these other freaking cryptocurrencies popping up. And then I look at the dragon as Smaug as being the government, right? They don't really care about the value of it, but they want to control it. They don't want anybody else to get to it either. You get what I'm saying? Because they understand. So it's like I'm always like the government is like sitting on it and trying to keep people from it, even though you could care less about using it, right? Because they got their own thing. So yeah, it used to be my whole analogy. I was like, we as the dwarves, we got to go get the gold back and make sure we get it to the people, and that's why we give away coins all the time in Black Bitcoin Billionaires. You know what I mean? Because
I like that.
Yeah.
So
I've got Harry Potter reference, though.
Nice. All right.
If there are any Harry Potter fans here,
Nako, let's let Nako go. Yeah.
I was just gonna say there's some really great mentions in the chats. Oz is one. Someone said Hermes said Oz. Return free risk as V for Vendetta. Totally, 100%. And there was another one that I missed. What did Brandon say? Brandon had a good one. I can't remember it though.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Mr. Robot.
Yeah,
Mr. Robot. That's a cool movie or a cool show.
Cool show.
Yeah.
How in fiat are we, Toto?
Yeah, for sure. The Fed is the Wizard of Oz, right? Like once you see that curtain, you're like, okay.
Do not pay attention to the man behind the yellow curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's. There's a lot of those guys. We have a current one right now that the funny thing is the guys behind the curtain, they usually pick, there's like these really chill, like calm, very reasonable sounding people, to come over there and just like, we're in control of the money. We're going to do this. It's going to be okay. All right. We're going to print some more money and everyone's going to get some, but most of it's going to go to the corporations and all of you are going to get fucked. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We have this under control.
Okay.
Just the soft, soothing voice.
Yeah, they usually are getting the Vaseline out at the same time, right? So,
exactly.
It's not gonna hurt that bad. It's not gonna hurt that bad.
Wait, Brandon is saying that Wizard of Oz actually was about central banking. That would be.
Really?
That would be pretty crazy.
Interesting.
Really?
That's fake news. For real? That's crazy.
Really?
Okay, the yellow brick road is gold, right?
Maybe.
I'm
okay with spreading this rumor.
Was Frank Herbert
right now?
Was Frank Herbert an Austrian economist or something?
Was Satoshi Toto?
Satoshi Toto.
Satoshi Toto. So here's my question. I want to know what your who do you really think Satoshi was or is? I want to know. Like, who do you believe Satoshi was or is? Like, I'll tell you, man, I believe Satoshi was a 7-foot Mexican woman in a wheelchair. Real talk. I believe that.
How did you get to that conclusion?
Because listen to what I'm saying. Because it doesn't make sense for it to be a man, right? The reason why I say that, and everybody gets mad at me when I say it, is because how many men would create something so amazing and just give it to the world and not let nobody know it?
That's funny.
Like, think about it. Like, how many men do you know would just like, well, all right, I made the next invention to rule the entire world and I'm gonna walk away. Like, ain't too many men that gonna do that, right? That's why I always say, like, a woman invented the wheel. Like, I really believe it, because some man was just sitting back in the cave chilling, like, go get me some more food. And she was like, I'm getting tired of bringing this food back here to you. So she figured out how to make a wheel and bring it back, right? I really believe that. Women made some of our biggest inventions and they don't get no credit for it. You know what I'm saying? Real talk.
Oh yeah, we just watched that movie. I can't remember the name of it right now, about the women who were like doing all the math and the code behind the early space program in NASA.
That was an amazing movie.
Right.
They were called computers, literally. Like
they were called computers.
Yeah.
Right.
They were doing the computation. Yeah, that's an amazing story.
How to sell drugs online. Oh, okay. Somebody has written how to sell drugs online. I haven't seen that yet on Netflix. How to sell drugs online. Has anyone seen that?
No, it looked good.
I haven't seen it.
Lamar, I think.
Oh, somebody said Satoshi.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Somebody said
male.
Satoshi Nakamoto identified as male on his P2P foundation.
Yeah,
What does that mean? It's the internet. You know how
That's
many?
what she.
You know,
That's what
you know
she
how
would
many
say.
blonde?
That's what she would
You know how
say.
many blonde women are saying that they women and it's some dude in his basement? Like, come on, it's the internet. It's like some dude is catfishing you right now. Like, straight up.
You know what's crazy though? More and more, I keep thinking it might be Elon and a team of Elon and what's his name? What's the sinister? Well, he's not sinister. Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel.
Oh yeah.
Peter Thiel, and seriously, as a nation, right? Because think about it. Okay, Satoshi spells British English, Canadian English, colonial, whatever. He doesn't spell in American English. He uses OU or whatever, right? That's why, Craig Wright. Okay, let's not even talk him. Let's forget I just said that. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Thiel and Elon started PayPal. Initially, from what I read, they really had the vision of something like Bitcoin. They're like hardcore libertarians. They are, although I don't think it's discussed as much. But yeah. So, anyways, I'm wondering, and they're both billionaires, so they don't really need the money per se. And Peter Thiel is, from what I hear, he's the kind of person that can keep a secret, if you will. Like, he's very sinister. You know what I mean?
He literally named his company Palantir. He thinks he's Saruman, right? Like, that's who he wants to be.
Yeah. Like, maybe it's those two, and they're just.
Dude, he's a nerd, though. One of his other funds is Mithril. Like, that's just kind of his thing. It's like all of Silicon Valley has basically plumbed all of the books just looking for untaken names. I mean, you guys are frankly lucky that we stuck with Swan for this one.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a big
Gimli.
Gimli why are you guys named Swan? Why are you guys named Swan? That's a question. I didn't know. I don't know. Why are you guys named Swan?
Here, I'll just bring the box set of my favorite author and philosopher out here.
Got it. That makes sense.
Inserto by Nassim Nicholas Taleb, the Black Swan book.
Yeah.
Which is basically like, something that was, by the majority of people or the vast majority of people unforeseen. So there were a few dozen to maybe a few hundred people that were kind of cranking away on the Byzantine generals problem and trying to figure out how to actually do eCash. For most of us, we weren't thinking about it, and so it just came completely out of left field. And Bitcoin, had a massive effect. It was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, positive black swan in history. At least I think it will be when we look back a few decades from now, I think we'll all kind of recognize it as that. So that was the genesis of the name Swan Bitcoin.
Got you. So why didn't you call it Black Swan, bro?
Black Swan Bitcoin.
See?
It's a lot
Black
of words,
Swan
man.
Bitcoin, man. Black Swan Bitcoin.
It's color.
Well, don't be
Swan
surprised
Bitcoin.
if you see that club on Clubhouse. It'll be the Black Swan Bitcoin Club.
It's probably coming, man. It's probably coming. Yeah,
Big Mar, you gotta make a room called Black Swan Bitcoin.
Black Swan Bitcoin.
We'll come hang out.
Yeah, happy to hang, happy to support.
Hey,
somebody did start a Black Swan Bitcoin ATM company up in San Francisco a few months ago. I don't know. We might hit him with a nasty gram, but I'm like, whatever. This is flattering.
You're not driving, Lamar. Please.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm ready to do something that y'all ain't never seen on this lounge before. It's about to be a lounge for real. I'm about to get a 6-piece wing and a roll with a mix on the lounge.
I can get behind.
I had you marked for a 12, dude. What the heck?
Nah, bro. I gotta watch my figure, man. I got to watch my figure.
If only we could all share.
Breakfast.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Look, I'm sitting over here. I was sitting at Douglas Park, the world famous Douglas Park, and I just keep looking across the street at the world famous Grimes. They used to be called Richie's. They used to be called Indies. And I was like, man, the line's getting long over there. I'm gonna go get a couple chicken wings. This is a lounge, right? Like,
it is a lounge.
We're lounging.
It's like, look, Corey comes in with the ponytail. You know what I'm saying?
Seems like a good time for wings. I mean, if you're everybody follow @Lilmar on Twitter.
Lamar.
Yeah.
He made Lamar. Lamar. See, I don't have any juniors, so and I have never been little. I was 8 pounds premature. Like real talk. I've never been little my whole life.
That's hilarious.
Brecky, you have amazing hair, man. Like it's like Superman. It got Superman hair.
We've all grown our hair out here, Swan. Like how many? It's like 75% long hair, at least.
I don't care.
I
haven't cut mine since May.
Camilla's. It was
I wish I could flip the camera. I wish I could flip the camera so y'all can see where I am.
Are you driving or are you in the parking lot right now?
Driving.
I'm sitting at the drive-thru. I mean, I haven't driven. It's probably like 20 feet because it's like the park's there and then the chicken restaurant's across the street from the park. Hey, yeah, can I get a 6-piece wing and a roll with a medium mix, please?
Ask them if they accept Bitcoin.
Oh my God.
Make them regular, please.
This is like Mr. Shy City.
Hey,
and that's it, man.
Ask them if they accept Bitcoin, please.
Please, yes, try to pay Bitcoin.
Hey, do you all accept Bitcoin? Excuse me. Do you all accept Bitcoin? She's not answering back. She ain't playing with me today. Y'all gonna mess around and get my food spit in out here, man.
Man, did you go to that one restaurant that Roger Ver hit up already? They take Bcash.
Oh no. Hey, but look, it's funny. There was one little restaurant back in the day in Lexington that took Bitcoin, and it was a Thai restaurant. And so we go in. We're like, "You take Bitcoin?" She's like, "Yeah, I take Bitcoin." So then when we finish eating, we go up to the plate. We go up to the register, and we're like, "Okay, you take Bitcoin?" She's like, "Shh." We're like, "Okay." Well, we're being quiet. She turns her whole computer screen around and gives us a blockchain.com address. At the time, I think it was blockchain.info. So she turns the whole computer around. We pay her to it, and she says, "My husband doesn't know I use it for gambling." That's a real true story. That was the only person that took it back in the day. Was like this little woman that tasted at the Taste of Thai.
That's amazing.
So what's the spot you just? Or where are you getting your food? What's it called?
This is called Grimes in Lexington, Kentucky.
I see it. Grimes fast
On
food. Looks pretty solid. I
on
kind of had you more
Georgetown
pegged for like, Georgetown Cafe, maybe the Waffle House up the street's probably where I'd be.
I used to work at that Waffle House. That was my first job when it first opened.
Nice.
That's where I'd be. I love Waffle House.
Yeah, I used to work at that Waffle House. You see, if you can see on the map, they got like bars up around the parking lot now because stuff happens at nighttime. But it used to be like when I first worked there, I was 16 years old running the whole kitchen, man. That was my gig.
That's
and
awesome.
if you look across the street on your map, that's Douglas Park. And if you look up Douglas Park, it used to be in a couple like street ball games back in the day. As being like a legendary dirt bowl spot.
Who are the most famous ballers to ever play at that park?
At that park, Jack Givens. I don't know if y'all heard of Jack Goose Givens. Darnell Burton.
Wait. Did you say Goose Givens? Because that's like a dirty word around here. We have an ongoing Twitter battle against geese.
Around here.
It's Swan versus geese. Anyway.
Yeah,
No, but like right now, Shelvin Mack, he was just in the NBA. He's from Lexington.
I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, he played there. He used to play for Butler. I think there's gonna be a couple young guys that wind up making it to the league that played over there as well. So yeah, there's a bunch. Nimbo Hammonds, it's a bunch of guys.
I'm in Lawrence, Kansas.
You're in Lawrence. Oh Lord. That's not real basketball in Kansas, man. That's not real basketball.
What do you mean, man? The inventor of the game was our first coach. Hey, we're gonna catch up with Kentucky too in their all-time victories.
That's not happening, bro.
It's like seven wins away right now.
I know we having an awful season.
It's rough. It's rough.
And if y'all hear them call me Big Bird, don't listen, okay?
Well, I'm dating myself here, but Mel Turpin was quite a baller. He was a big
Mel
dude.
Turpin. That's what I'm saying. Mel Turpin, Dirk Minifield, all of those guys that won the championship back in the day. Goose Givens, Jack Goose Givens. We have some people, man. And matter of fact, we probably had the best NFL center of all time play ball over there too. Damani Dawson used to play for the Steelers.
Steelers. Yeah, he was a short little guy for that position, but he was a beast.
But do you know he ran track? That's how fast he was.
I believe it. Yeah, I mean, because he used to snap and then pull, which you don't usually do with centers. That's why their running game was so good for so many years.
Listen to you, man. NFL man.
Corey always surprised me with his knowledge, man. He would, if there's ever like a Trivial Pursuit contest or something like that, he's my first pick. Or if I was gonna like phone a friend, Corey's trivia knowledge is off the charts.
If it's just like knowing a little bit of something, that's probably going to be a question on who wants to be a millionaire, and like you have to call one person. Yeah, I don't have deep knowledge in much, but I have a little bit everywhere.
Corey, what's the group we have? The Bitcoin and sports group on Telegram.
We didn't really launch that one. It's just kind of hanging out in the background. We'll get there. Bitcoin needs to get a little bit bigger and more inclusive before we do some of those adjacent community things. Nako, we're always kind of looking for like, is it going to be like, how do you find these adjacent communities that should have some overlap with Bitcoin? Like it's always been finance and investing, obviously, is into Bitcoin. We've been trying to cultivate like a music and Bitcoin community. So that one's actually semi-active now.
What's going on?
But yeah, one day we'll do sports and Bitcoin too. Okay, it's Mars.
I'm actually on a live. Actually on a live call right now, and they said, "When are you gonna start accepting Bitcoin?" Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I gotta ask.
Brecky, make him do his 60-second pitch live.
And his wife. Hold on, I'm gonna show him.
Stay there. Stay there. Don't go anywhere, Mark.
That's the owner right there.
Yeah,
That's Mr. Grimes.
Is that Bitcoin people?
Yeah, the Bitcoin people.
Bitcoin people.
His wife is the one that calls me Big Bird. So every time I come over, she calls me Big Bird. I've been knowing her for a long time.
Brecky, tee it up. You got to do it.
We'll get you some Bitcoin.
Okay.
We'll get you some. See you,
Hey,
Dan.
Mark,
Thank you, man.
Don't take off. Is there anybody behind you?
Yeah, there's a whole line. That's what I told you. It's busy right now.
Not too bad.
We were gonna give up some Bitcoin.
We were gonna put you on the clock and make you do your 60-second Bitcoin.
How you doing, baby? You was gonna put me on the clock?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is not as dangerous as y'all think it is. I'm serious. It's literally like a couple little feet. You was gonna do my 60 second?
Yeah. No, it's okay though. We can do it as if, because it's really better as a monologue anyway. So we're gonna, maybe we'll pick Mr. Grimes there, and you can do your 60-second Bitcoin pitch to him.
Yeah.
As if you would.
Man, I've done it. I've done it so many times.
Yeah, guys, I have to get going. Okay, good.
All right, Nako, we're gonna put you on the spot then, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, I don't mind. Yeah, because I've got a hard stop at 5. Like I really got to.
Copy that. All right. So can you tell us who you're pitching? And that's it. That's all we need. And we'll give you 60 seconds.
Okay. I'm going to pitch my mom. It's going to be hard. Okay, Mom. Bitcoin is like virtual real estate. Imagine there are 21 million virtual acres, and no more is going to be created. And because we're in a digital world, you're going to want an acre, right? So imagine buying an acre. It's going to be very valuable, and it's distributed for everyone in the world. And you don't have to buy an acre. You can just buy a couple square feet. So if you can only afford 500 square feet, you could just buy 500 square feet. But that 500 square feet will continue to appreciate, just like when you bought your house in the late 70s, right? So now you want to make sure you buy at least as many acres as you can, or not even acres, square feet. And at a place like Swan Bitcoin, you can actually buy like just a square foot every single day or every week. So it's really easy to buy, and I think the value will continue to go up.
Yeah. That was great.
That was good.
I'll give you 10 out of 10.
You didn't even have to work in the Swan show. That's not even part of the prompt, but bonus points.
That was sweet. Yeah.
That was awesome. Hey, unfortunately, I need to jump. Mars, great to see you. Nako, that was awesome. Thanks for hanging out with us. Man. I will catch you guys soon. Later, Swans.
See you, Corey.
See you.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce too, but I got to hear Lamar's 1 minute pitch.
Here we go.
Well,
y'all ready?
We're almost done. We're almost done. So, all right, Lamar, who are you gonna pitch? Are you pitching the?
I'm gonna pitch. This is Mr. Grimes. I'm gonna pitch Mr. Grimes.
All right, Mr. Grimes.
Are you ready?
You're watching. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, Mr. Grimes, you black, I'm black. We know in this country that truthfully nothing has been fair for us from a financial situation, from a financial standpoint. Well, let me tell you about Bitcoin. Bitcoin allows you not only to control your money, it not only allows you to send your money to whoever you want to without anybody getting in the way. They can't redline you out of it. So if you have this Bitcoin, now all of a sudden you have power. And just like my friend Nako just said, I usually use Manhattan as the actual analogy. If you could own a piece of Manhattan in the 1700s, would you own it? Yes, you probably would, right? And if you would own a piece of Manhattan because they're not making any more Manhattan, it's the same thing with Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. They're not making any more Bitcoin after that last one is printed. And so the more you have of it, the more valuable it will be. And think about it. You can't pick Manhattan up and send it to China. You can't pick Manhattan up and send it to Pakistan. But you can take a Bitcoin and send it wherever you want to. So guess what? Go ahead and start accumulating some Bitcoin. Whatever those profits are coming out of Grimes, and whenever somebody buys a wing, put a little bit into Bitcoin and start accumulating the new Manhattan.
10 sats for every wing, and you'll be a rich man in about 10 years, Grimes.
About that.
And they are delicious, man. They're the best wings. Them Indies, and then he put another Grimes out on the south side of town. But yeah, man, good stuff.
Awesome, man.
Nako,
This was so much fun.
His was tighter than yours. Sorry, they were both very good.
The wings. I mean, I can't beat wings, right?
Yeah, unfair advantage. Thank you both so much. I'll see you guys on the Clubhouse, on the Twitter. This is a ton of fun. Appreciate you both.
Yeah, see you later.
It was fun. See ya.
Bye.
Oh wait, we lost him. All right.
Oh.
Well, that's okay. I think we were ending anyway. Nako, thank you so much for joining us. You have an open invite on the show. Camilla, well, everybody knows you have an open invite on the show. For anybody who's watching at home, we actually have something really cool about to happen on YouTube in an hour and 10 minutes. We are premiering a 40-minute film that I put together based on Robert Breedlove's essay, Our Most Brilliant Idea. So it's Robert reading his essay and these gorgeous visuals that I put together. So check it out, tune in, tell all your friends, stack some sats, go to swanbitcoin.com. I'm not going to do the shill because I already made you listen to it. I'll do a mini show. Swanbitcoin.com, stack sats every day, every week, every month, all the time, whenever you want. Swanbitcoin.com/enlist. Get paid to recruit new Bitcoiners, and swanbitcoin.com/free book to get a free book. It's free, people. Go get it. How am I doing on my Max Kaiser rant? I'm trying. I'm practicing.